we have decided to do, after our last press briefing in December of 2024, we have not done any press briefing. So we decided to do what we call our first quarterly press briefing, so that Deltans will be aware of what we are doing. That despite the numerous challenges, we have more than enough success to showcase to our people, and to let our people know that we will continue to live up to the promise of our IGP Olufemi, to ensure that businesses thrive and that people can go about their lawful business. So we'll start. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I welcome you to this first press quarter briefing, where I'll be briefing you on the command scorecard for the first quarter of the year 2025. The command has continued to make Delta State hot for criminals by continuous proactive and intelligence-driven policing. The command recorded immense success in the fight against crime and criminality, which has given rise to the massive recovery of sophisticated firearms, 12 suspected stolen vehicles, hard drugs, and arrest of suspects. I'm delighted to announce to you today that the syndicate allegedly responsible for the kidnapping incidents so far recorded in Ogwashuku, Ibuzo, Eseluluku, Ubuluku, and environs have been neutralized after affairs gone well with the operatives of the command. We would like to run you through some of the achievements that we have had in the first quarter of the year 2025. The first one is, as you are aware, at the beginning of the year, we had a lot of challenges along the Ogwashuku-Boluku axis. And to the glory of God, intelligence-driven policing has led to the neutralization of 4 of the suspects, including the gang leader, and the recovery of 3 AK-47 rifles. However, before we proceed, I will tell you, it was not just this gang alone. The gang was spread across Rivers, Kogi, Delta, and other states. And we have, using intelligence, we have followed them diligently. And we have been, this is just one part of it. Following the kidnapping of a doctor, as you say, look, and I'm sure we're all aware of this, on the 6th of April 2025, and is released on the 7th of April 2025 after collecting a ransom of 15 million naira from the family of the medical doctor, including the delivery of energy drinks and food. Operatives of the Civil Special Assignment Team embarked on an intelligence-led investigation. On the 10th of April 2025, they trailed and arrested one Abubakar Usman, popularly known as Shehu, the gang leader of this deadly kidnapping syndicate, and allegedly responsible for a series of kidnapping at Ogwashuku, Ibuzo, Ubuluku, and environs, and responsible for the kidnap of the medical doctor and the collection of the ransom fee of 15 million naira. They were also responsible for the kidnap of the wife and daughter of Mr. Godwin Anuka after killing him at Ogwashuku area as well. They confessed to being responsible for the kidnap of a realtor, Esther Ojo, that was also killed in the bush at Ibuzo, whose corpse was later found on the 25th of March 2025. Acting on his confession at about 1100 hours of 11th April, the suspect led operatives to their hideout, a forest along Asaba Agbo Express Road between Opanam and Isele Asaba, where on the process of searching the area, suspected raised an alarm and fled to join his waiting gang members. This led to an ensuing gun battle, and the suspects, the gang members engaged the team in the first gun duel, during 4 of the suspects, including the said Usman Abubakar, sustained serious gun injuries. 3 AK-47 rifles, 90 rounds of 7.62 live ammunition were recovered. The injured suspects were taken to the General Hospital Ogwashuku, where they were confirmed dead. And as you can note, that area is known. In the last 1 week plus, there has been no single case of kidnapping. Arrest of suspected gun runner and recovery of 3 AK-47 rifles. 3,000, gentlemen, again, 3,120 rounds of ammunition. This was in Ogara. It was being transported to Port Harcourt when this individual was accosted. And if you remember, my PPRO did a demonstration of a vehicle that the boot had been deconstructed so that on the road nobody will, even when you search. Fortunately, we recovered 3 AK-47 rifles from there and 3,120 rounds of live ammunition. The cases are there. Arrest of another suspected gun runner, recovery of 7 pump action. This one at Agbo here. Again, this pump actions and 1,600 rounds of cartridges from Onitsha. On the way, according to the gentleman, he was transporting them to Kaduna. And we're all aware that Kaduna has had its fair share of insecurity. And we suspect that this gentleman is part of those people who are supplying arms to fuel the insecurity in Kaduna. Arrest of a youth leader in possession of AK-47 rifle and 40 rounds of live ammunition. This occurred in Nepal. All of these individuals have been prosecuted. Arrest of a notorious car snatcher and recovery of 8 suspected stolen vehicles and a Beretta pistol. Those are the vehicles we'll be parading before you today. These individuals specialize particularly around the Warri Ugele axis. As we are presenting, we have 6 of the vehicles so-called recovered, 3 are still in Cross River. The receivers have also been arrested. The Lord does not allow us to, at this stage, to parade, otherwise you will have seen the people, but you have the exhibit. 6 arrests, death of 5 suspect kidnappers, arrest of 3 kidnapped suspects, recovery of 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 pump action, 3 locally made guns, 60 rounds of 7.62 ammunitions. Worry again. And you know, I said when with this individual, it's a cross-state thing. Asaba, Port Harcourt, Lokoja, Ayingba, Okene. And you know, it takes us from going from one end to the other, from one point to the other, to be sure that our people can sleep with their eyes closed. The rifles are there, the 1 pump action are there, and the 60 rounds of AK-47 live ammunition. Again, arrest of suspected kidnappers, recovery of another AK-47 rifle and 13 rounds of live ammunition. We'd like to go on. Another recovery in Kogi and Igba, like I said, this was part of, and from this single gang alone, between Rivers, Kogi, Delta, we recovered nothing less than 8 AK-47 rifles. We don't want to talk of the pump actions. We don't want to talk of the pistols and the live cartridges. Unfortunately, sometimes we want to brand and say it is a particular section of the country. It is a collaborative thing from these people. Arrest of suspect in possession of 82 rounds of 7.26 live. This is in Igbide. His house was searched, and we suspect that this individual is also supplying ammunition to these people. Arrest of another suspected robbers, kidnappers, recovery of English pump action, 2 locally made single barrel guns and 1 fabricated pistol. This was done in Epan by the DPO Epan. On the 16th of March 2025 at about 1600 hours, the DPO Epan police station, while acting on intelligence gathered on the criminal activities of kidnappers and robbers around Jedo axis of Okwe LGA, led operation of Epan police station and arrested these persons. The law doesn't. The suspect upon preliminary investigation led the policemen to the hideout in Jedo community, where 1 automatic English pump action, 2 locally made single barrel guns, 1 locally fabricated Beretta pistol, and 1 locally made cut-to-size gun were recovered. Suspect and exhibits are in custody while investigation is ongoing. Death of notorious kidnapper and recovery of another AK-47 rifle. This time at Agbao. Operatives mind, while acting on intelligence, confirmed from this person that he was seeking to buy an AK-47 rifle, so we lured him. The several led operatives to the hideout along the rail line in Agbo, where the gang members of Poseidon police engaged them in a first-gun battle duel. There were 4 suspect kidnappers sustained serious injuries. 1 AK-47 rifle with 1 magazine was recovered. Arrest of suspected cultists again, and recovery of 2 pump action guns and 24 rounds of live ammunition. The CB MISA team in Ughelli trailed and arrested the suspected cultist and gun runner on the command wanted list. Again, the name in Warri North edge of Delta State at Sapele town. Further investigation led to the arrest of another suspected cultist known as Tompolo in Ethiopia West edge of Delta State. Upon searching his apartment, 2 pump action guns and 24 rounds of live cartridges were recovered. Operatives of the command engaged suspected kidnappers again and rescued 5 kidnapped victims and recovered 1.3 million naira. You will remember the worshippers that were kidnapped at Ogwash while they were undergoing vigil. The kidnappers were trailed in the middle of the night to Iseliluku, where we had an encounter with them. All the 6 kidnapped victims were rescued and the ransom money was also recovered. They have all since been reunited with their families and they are doing well. Arrest of suspected kidnappers and recovery of 1 semi-automatic Beretta pistol and 3 locally made guns. Again, around Abraka, Ubuaruku, Umutu. This is where these individuals were picked up. Because of the directives that we have, names and photographs cannot be shown. Arrest of suspected robbers and recovery of 1 G3 rifle. All of these you will see them. My DP Agba mobilized and led operators to the apartment of this individual, and upon search of his one-room apartment, 1 G3 rifle, 1 pump action gun was recovered in the hidden ceiling of the room. Of course, we have to go up. In the first quarter of this year alone, the command arrested over 67 suspects involved in various crimes, which includes 35 suspected armed robbers, 24 suspected kidnapping, single barrel locally made quarter-size guns, and 13 pump action guns were recovered. Lastly, a total of 5,612 rounds of ammunition cartridges were also recovered within the period under review. The breakdown is here. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the Delta State government, other sister security agencies, and the good people of Delta State for their continuous support to the Delta State Police Command. Security, again, as we always emphasize, is everybody's business, and the police in Delta State will not have recorded these achievements without support and partnership. I therefore solicit continuous support and partnership with the command, because together we can keep Delta safe for all. I leave you with this quote: if you see something, say something, and let's do something together. Deltas are urged to report any suspicious persons or movement within their environment, either by reporting at the nearest police station or call any of our known numbers that we have always circulated. We thank you immensely, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, God bless Delta State, and God bless the Nigerian Police Force.